Hello. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing today? It is Saturday. Therefore, we're going to be doing some judging. We're going to be taking a look at 3 new guys today. We're going to be looking at the final 2 pre-generated main characters in Varnhold's lot. That would be time for some toughness. Yes, probably. Especially for the... Well, actually, no. So here's a fun thing. This guy is not a base paladin. He is, in fact, the guy, the thing. He's the that one, the Divine Hunter. Terrible old wizard man shall be judged? Maybe. Yes, he will. Yes, so we will be looking at these 2 plus Cephal Lorentus. So we got this Divine Hunter guy. We got the Sorcerer. She is just a basic Sorcerer. But it'll be interesting to actually look at this archetype. You know, the vast majority of Paladins are all melee. Curious how they're going to do this. So let's take a look. Let's get into it. So, first off, we're going to load the pre-made build. We start off with point blank shot, rapid shot, and precise shot. That's a hell of a start. That's a hell of a start. I'm not gonna lie. 2 attacks at level 1. I mean, hell, we've seen that in the speedrun, right? With the 2 claw attacks that we have from the Abyssal Sorcerer. Like, that's really strong. Go away. Go away. Thank you. All right, so let's take a look at what we got for stats. We got 14 strength, 18 dex, 12 con, 10 intelligence. We are very unwise. Check his god. We will Aristil. Makes sense if you're going to be a person, a hunter type person. Aristil does make sense, right? Looks like we're probably going to be going longbow, right? Which also makes sense. All simple martial weapons, light and medium armor, shields. Okay. Gotta be lawful good because we're boring. And 16 charisma. 16 charisma. Probably, I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna say that they are most likely going to be a 25 point buy. But because we've been doing it lately, I'm assuming Dex has the +2. Yeah. No non-stat. What do you mean by that? It is a little unfortunate that we only have a +18. 16, 10. We are down to 8 there, and 16 here. Hold up now. The point buy. Wait a second. We are 2 off from where we should be. Wait, is this? Oh wait, no. Sorry, 12 con. Yeah, nope. That's a basic 25 point buy. Oh, no odd stat. No odd stat. And 8 persuasion, 4 athletics, 4 religion. A little bit unfortunate that athletics is not a class skill. I'm actually kind of surprised that they didn't give mobility or something. Outside doesn't matter that much. That's true. We will actually only be getting, like, throughout the normal course of the DLC, you're only going to get 2. right? One at 4, one at 8. Because at the very most, you're probably going to only get to level 10 in this DLC. So I'm assuming it's going to be Dex that they boost, but I could also see them putting up Charisma. It's going to be either Charisma or Dex. And honestly, I think what they should have done, I'm really surprised that mobility is not a class skill for this archetype. Like, I feel like you would want to put at least one Dex skill as a class skill for a ranged archetype. You know, just to throw us power gamers a bone, you know? But like, yeah, lore religion, yeah, that makes sense as a paladin, but the fact that you're putting points into a skill that you have negatives in, or jaws with the floor when they increase wisdom, to leave it at 10, ugh. Gross. Persuasion, obviously, yes. That makes sense, right? As a charisma-based class, makes sense to have persuasion. But, like, this kind of hurts my soul a bit, even though, you know, like, RP-wise, it makes sense that a paladin would have lore religion. The fact that you're putting points into a negative ability score skill hurts me. And then, obviously, just, like, no, like, stealth, trickery obviously makes sense that they would not have, but you could make an argument for both stealth and mobility as a ranged character. To have either of these as class skills and then to also be putting points into them. But, oh well. All right, so that's level 2. Deadly aim at level 3, that kind of makes sense, right? And then sickened. Okay, so I don't remember what all you deal with in this DLC. I've only ever played through it once, and it was a long time ago at this point. So I don't know which of these is actually going to be the best for this DLC. I think of these 3, I would say that sickened is probably the... I was going to say, I think that sickened is probably the worst of the 3 to pick. Because at level 5, you get Delay Poison Communal for a... any caster, basically. Most casters are gonna... Some will-o-wisps do scare you? Okay. I was gonna say, like, either fatigued because, you know, overworld movement. Although, you don't actually do that in this DLC, do you? I remember you just kind of not doing... You don't really do overworld movement in this DLC, do you? You just kind of teleport to where you need to be. Or do you? I don't remember. Like I said, it's been a long-ass time. But yeah, I feel like Shaken is probably the best out of these 3. Unfortunately, they went for Sickened. That's kind of shit. Deadly Aim, I approve. I approve of Deadly Aim. I do not approve of Mercy Sickened. You don't have a cleric of the party unless you yourself are a cleric or you create a mercenary cleric. Isn't one of the basic mercenaries a cleric? You get a rogue. I can't remember. But I mean, like, these DLCs are kind of designed for you to make mercenaries, aren't they? Kind of, sort of, a little bit. Channel positive energy. Finally get spells. Ah, we are putting it into Dex. That makes sense. Get a monk, a rogue, and something else. I think the something else... Trying to remember now. I do not remember what that last one is. We can take a look after I finish this one. Weapon focus longbow, again, makes sense. And also makes sense that you're doing a wait, is that a choice or is that just a thing that you get? It is not a choice. Okay. A ranger, I think. A dual dagger one, if I recall. Interesting. Okay. So you don't get a choice for animal companion or weapon. You just get your weapon. So that's not a choice to really deal with. If it was a choice, I would still be expecting them to go for the weapon over the animal companion because it's simpler. You don't add an entire extra character to the party, right? If you do that. Oh, that's right. We weren't actually leveling him all the way up. We were just trying to make him level 5 or whatever. I always forget that that's how this starts. Oh, yeah, because I think I remember having to make a cleric mercenary for this DLC. Because I had 2 mercenaries. I had John and Shelby as my 2 mercenaries. And I think I made Shelby a cleric. Come on! I wish we could skip cutscenes. It's like that was the when Wrath of the Righteous first came out. That was like the thing that I was so excited about. It's like, oh my god, I could skip the cutscenes. Thank Christ. Because Jesus, if I could, welcome back, Igor. I would absolutely adore being able to skip these cutscenes. Will compare the hot Aerosol cleric now? I have no idea. We're gonna be checking that after we finish this build. We're gonna be because I got a save that's got all of the companions for this DLC available, so we could just pop that open real quick and check it out. Hurry the fuck up! I want to die. We should see the build up to level 20. Yeah, that's the plan. So basically, what we're gonna do is we are going to level all the way up to 20, and then we are going to judge the build in 2 different ways. One for the 1 to 10 build, and one for the all the way to 20 build. That's the plan here. Oh yeah, no. I did need to do this. So we're gonna pop this open. Give me a bajillion experience, thank you. By the way, I hate that this menu does not prevent the fucking camera from scrolling in and out when I mouse wheel scroll to scroll up and down in this menu. It's so frustrating. I hate it. I hate it. All right, so Distant Mercy. Okay, so this just allows us to do this. Oh, I did not actually know that. I didn't actually know that these guys got a ranged mercy. Huh. 5 feet per Paladin level. So at this point already, by the time we gain access to this, that's a 30-foot. New mod manager works at all. I mean, fair, but I am still very I am well within my rights to make complaints because I want to. Many shot, great. Okay. I kind of want to make sure that we get clustered shots because I'm fairly certain that there are a lot of DR enemies that we have to deal with in this DLC, right? A lot of undead have some type of DR. Well, hello, kitty cat. How are you today? So I think it's really, and like actually the fact that we don't have it yet, I might have taken this over many shot here. I think I would have actually preferred clustered shots over many shot. DR5 slashing for the undead, yeah. Some have DR10. Yeah, as soon as you hit DR10, I would say clustered shots overtakes many shot. And there's an argument for DR5, right? Because we already have rapid shot. So we're getting 2 attacks. Like, yeah, we got it at literally level 1. So we're getting 2 attacks at full BAB, right? At a -2. Sorry. And then if we have haste, which we would have access to at level 7. Ow, claws. That's 3 attacks at our highest attack modifier. At that point, clustered shots and paladins are full BAB. Well, I'm talking about specifically not iterative attacks. I'm talking about attacks that we have at full attack bonus, right? So we are most likely to hit with them, not at a -5 or a -10 or whatever. So we should have 4 attacks at this point. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we have 4 full attacks right now between, I mean, 5 if we count many shot, right? With many shot, we have 5 attacks. 4 of them at +11. I think it's better at this point, and even before, like, I would actually have probably wanted to do this at level 5 even, maybe. Get clustered shots at 5. And then weapon focus, and then many shot. That's like the big thing about only going up to level 10. It's like you got to be real careful with what feats you're taking because you do not have that many options. And unfortunately, we don't get a whole lot of we don't really get any bonus feats. Oh, that's another thing I realized. You only get the 1 mercy until level 9. So taking Sickened here instead of, yeah, we definitely should not have taken Sickened here. You just kill the undead with Distant Mercy. But Distant Mercy does burn 2 uses of it. So you're going to be burning through all of your lay on hands very, very quickly if you're just saving that, if you're just spamming it. Right? Because how many mercies lay on hands? Half for Paladin level plus Charisma mod. So at level 7, We're getting 3 plus our charisma mod, which is a 3, so we only have 6. 6 uses of lay on hands, which means that we also we only have 3 uses per day. You can also use lay on hands at touch range. Oh yeah. If you're in touch, then yes. But this guy is a ranged character. And while he is still a paladin, he does have decent health, and he's gonna have a decent AC, right? Because his dex pretty high. Still not somebody that you're gonna be wanting to run into melee. So at most, you're gonna have 6 uses of lay on hands. At worst, you're only gonna have 3 ranged lay on hands. And how much damage does this do? For every 2 levels, it's 1d6 damage. So that's, ow, fucking hell. That's also not that much damage, right? It's gonna be 3d6. No plus anything, right? It's just a flat 3d6. So that's anywhere from 3 to 18 damage. Whereas right now, if we use Smite Evil, right? Is it just... Oh, it's only once per day. So we can only use that 3 times per day? Gross. So we got a +2. So that would be a 1d8. 1d8 +2 damage. 4 times. Potentially. Potentially. So full plated armor that gets 2 more uses of Smite Evil. Ah. So that makes not using lay on hands even better, right? As an attack option. Wow, you actually can be a full plate armor wearing fucking... You can't be a full plate armor, right? No. No. You cannot. Light and medium armor only. We cannot use full plate. Not for this archetype. I think I would prefer... Let's just continue on. We'll see what else we get, but I think I would prefer... Going back to the original point of this particular bit of the conversation, I think I would prefer clustered shots over many shot right now. Only in the main campaign, not in the deal. Ah, okay. Gotcha. No actual choices here. We do get our dex up to 20. Great. And then improve critical longbow. That's fine. We get mercy. So we got the 2, I think, worst mercies that we can get. Especially now that we have access to all of these. Okay, let's take a look at all these. Confused. Cursed. There is somebody... I think I remember getting hit by Baleful Polymorph in this DLC. So Mercy Cursed could be useful. Dazed, I think, is useless. Diseased, I don't think is a big deal here. Nauseated kind of falls under sickened. Same with poisoned. Disease is not poison. Disease and poison are 2 different things. So I would be more okay with taking diseased here than nauseated or poisoned or sickened. Making your weapon holy or axiomatic can also help you get over the DR. That is true. I did forget about that aspect. Wait, is +3 good enough to get over? No, alignments are +5, right? Magic weapon DR bypass. But they got slashing DR. A lot of undead do, right? +3 overcomes silver and cold iron. +4 overcomes adamantine. +5 overcomes alignment. Okay, so there isn't a type that gets over like a +2, +3, +4, +5. None of those overcome slashing or bludgeoning DR. Interesting. Okay. So if we're gonna try to avoid the DR slashing that a lot of undead would have, or whatever like specific weapon type, then we would actually need that weapon type. Or cluster shots. But yeah, Mercy Fatigued, I really don't like. I would take Confused or Cursed, I think, most often. I think that these are the two most dangerous things here. Diseased. We have other ways of dealing with Diseased, I think, at level 9. Like, if you have a full Divine Caster, you're going to have, what, level 5 spells at that point? That's not quite enough to get Heal. But you're going to have things like Restoration. You're going to have, you're going to have a lot of options to be able to deal with disease. Well, you're going to have options to deal with disease, right? Even if you can't get rid of the disease itself for whatever reason, you don't have Remove Disease somehow, which I think is a level 4 spell. Remove Disease. You can at least use Restoration to get rid of the stat damage that it does, right? Nauseated and Poisoned, like I mentioned, get nullified by Delay Poison Communal. Shaken. I would say that Shaken is probably third. I think it would probably be like these two are kind of tied for first for me. You can always just treat Affliction. That too. I do always forget about that. I do always forget about treat Affliction as an option. I think I've used that once in my 1,000+ hours in playing these Pathfinder games. I would say that Confused and Cursed, I would say, are, at least normally, I would put these almost tied. Because Cursed, if you get Cursed with Baleful Polymorph, that's like the worst thing. Because it just like permanently removes one of your party members until you get that off of them. Confused can be really dangerous in the short term, but the duration for those usually is pretty short. Don't even need to use a consumable like in Wrath of the Righteous. Yeah. Yep. Shaken has that -2 to basically everything. So I would say that these two are kind of like, I would say probably Confused is the most dangerous. Then Cursed, then Shaken is probably my like order of things that I would take. And like if I had my way, we would have taken Shaken at level 3, so it would only be Confused and Cursed. So I think my two mercies that I would fall back on in this game would probably be Shaken and Confused. Shaken and Confused. Not Sickened and Fatigued. But anyway, then we got level 10. Obviously, there's no options to be taken here. We just get more spells. And this is what we have access to at the end of the game, at the end of the DLC. This is what we got. And the biggest issue that I have, 20 decks. Yep. We got our 20 decks. The biggest issue that I have, like I've mentioned, is the lack of clustered shots. Let me just make sure that Smite Evil doesn't do anything. Oh, DR passes any DR. Sorry, Smite Evil bypasses any DR. Okay. That's why I wanted to double check. I was like, oh, wait, I think Smite Evil has a DR bypassing element. Yeah, so Smite Evil makes clustered shots less important, but I do still think that clustered shots is important because you can't just spam Smite Evil on everybody, right? Improve critical longbow. I do. The level 5 feat, that's weapon focused longbow. Level 5 is weapon focused longbow. Level 9 is improved critical. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, this lowers the necessity for clustered shots, but I think it's still important. Is it more important than any of these attacks? He doesn't have aspect of the Falcon. This is true. He does not have aspect of the Falcon. Does he have anything similar, though? I don't think so. Plus weapon, what do you do? Magic weapon. Overcome DR of certain evil creatures. All critical threats against evil foes automatically confirm. So every threat is a critical hit. That's actually really strong. Especially when you combine this with improved critical, right? Wasted on archers because they do have aspect of the Falcon. I mean, yeah, because like a lot of archers are going to be rangers, right? So if it's a ranger, then yeah, improved critical is kind of wasted. Plus 2 sacred bonus on all melee attack rolls against the subject of the spell. That's unfortunate that it's melee, right? What does weapon focus gate in this build? Otherwise, I would not get improved critical nor focus and get it clustered instead. Weapon focus doesn't gate anything, I don't think. We don't have anything in here that requires weapon focus, but I do think it's weapon focus is important to have. That +1. I mean, just having weapon focus in general is worthwhile, I think. Adds an extra 5% chance to hit on any given attack, which actually improves the efficacy of clustered shots, right? Because clustered shots gets more powerful the more likely you are to hit. So the more hits you get, the better it is. It gates improved critical. Does it? I think if I were to get rid of 1 feat on this, I think it would be improved critical. We could move the rest of these around a bit, but I think I would probably get rid of improved critical more than any of the others. And in fact, I would probably pop deadly aim back to level 9 so that we can get clustered shots earlier. So I would probably have deadly aim at level 9, weapon focus at 3. I would probably have clustered shots at either at 5. That's probably where I would want clustered shots, is at level 5. Because I think before level 5, you're probably not going to be running into too many undead. I think that they are just too strong an enemy to be throwing at you that early. And I don't think you're going to be running into too many enemies that have DR before level 5. But I think once you get into level 5, you're going to start running into more and more enemies that have DR. So cluster shot starts getting more and more important. So I think I would probably bring weapon focus up to 3. Clustered shots at 5. Many shot is still here at 7. And then I would probably have deadly aim here at 9. And just remove improved critical longbow. You do face on dead Cyclops early on. Do you? Okay. Oh, wait, you start at level 5. You start at level 5. Fucking duh. So this is just like the starting build that I would have. I keep thinking that this is like a normal playthrough where you start at level 1 and go all the way up. You start at level fucking 5. So yeah, that's I would when you first find wireless. Yeah. Yeah. So fucking duh, of course. You're gonna start at level 5. So yeah, weapon focus at level 3. Cluster or deadly aim at 9, and then clustered shots at 5. Yes, that is how I would build this if I were to make this I think the optimal build for this DLC. Improved critical. Yes, it sucks if we don't have improved critical, but it is a longbow, so it's not likely to get crits in the first place. So I think that removing improved critical has the least detrimental effect than if we were to remove any of the others, right? Many shot increases the efficacy of clustered shots. Same with rapid shot. Deadly aim just adds base damage to all of your attacks. You know, you don't need to roll really high to get them. You just need to be able to hit. Yeah, I think improved critical longbow is the one that we get rid of here to optimize. And then obviously swap around the mercies. But other than that, these first 10 levels are pretty damn good. Like, this is a pretty strong build. It's just there's some things that I would... Oh, fuck off. Well, it's trash. Never mind. Build's trash. 0 out of 10. Uninstall the game. Absolute garbage. Hammer the gap at level 11. I hate it. It's bad. It's really hard to fuck up an archer. Or a paladin and an archer at that. Yeah. Archers have there's so many feats that I would say are required for an archer. For that archer to be a viable option. That a lot of archer builds are going to be two-handed 18 to 20 times 3. It's like the beloved Gravesinger. Is there really? Because the was it Vanquisher is 19 to 20, I think. Yeah. What's up, buddy? He's gonna stand up there and be a little gargoyle. Life Stopper S-Stock? Ah. S-Stocks are two-handed? Weird. Hammer the Cap doesn't count. It's almost impossible to get to level 11. Oh, yeah. So... The reaction was mostly for comedic effect. Yeah, like I said, 2 styles of judging these builds, right? The 1 through 10, this is what... The 1 through 10, which is what you are likely to get, or at least 1 through 9, right? But level 10 usually doesn't have that much going on anyway. And then the full 1 through 20. So the 1 through 10 is pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. The one main thing is no cluster shots. But now we're talking 1 through 20, and we're going to see how we look. Falchion are two-handed, 18 to 20 crit. Yeah, Falchions are good stuff. Okay, so we're just wasting all of our mercies. That's what I'm coming. That's the conclusion I'm coming to this build. We're just wasting every single mercy that we have. But specifically has a unique Greater Keen enchantment that increases the base modifier to ×3 instead of ×2, and it stacks with other forms increasing crits. So if you're like a level 20 fighter and you have that, it's a ×4, 18 to 20. That's kind of insane. It's kind of crazy actually. So yeah, Mercy Nauseated is trash. You have been able to counter this since level 5. There's no reason to ever get this. Hey, there's Clustered Shots. We're about 4 levels too late. About 8 levels too late if you want to get it at level 5, like I recommend. Yeah. But at least it is in the build. At least Clustered Shots is in the build. Oh, that's another thing. We don't have selective channel yet. Although I think the vast majority of the time you're not going to be using your Paladin's lay on hands for channel positive energy. So getting selective channel, not really the biggest deal. Yeah. Still boosting up the dex. Makes sense, right? Skills, spells. Yeah, there's no choices here to be made. What does Righteous Hunter do? 14. Good align for purposes of overcoming DR. Any ranged attacks made by an ally within 10 feet of her likewise treated as good align for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. Oh. Ability functions only while the Divine Hunter is conscious. That's interesting. Hammer the Gap before it? Yep. Yep. Let's get... That is great in Wrath of the Righteous, not so much in this game. I mean, you're fighting... Yeah, I guess there's not really that many things in this game that have DR good, right? Mercy Exhausted. This isn't terrible. We still have... Also, Critical Focus is trash. Don't take it. Not on a longbow. Don't go down the critical feats route with a longbow. I would say Confused, Cursed. I would say Confused and Cursed are still the two big ones. An all-ranged party with that ability. In Wrath of the Righteous, that'd be insane. You would definitely need some animal companions for frontliners, but if you're doing an all-ranged party, you can make that pretty easily happen. 16, you get nothing at all. Staggering, yeah, there it is. Staggering critical. We're focusing real hard on these critical feats, on this longbow build. Mercy Diseased. Again, you can counter that with a level 4 spell, so I don't really see why we would do this. A level 4 divine spell from another character, yes, but... Well... No, he doesn't have anything like that. I was like, do paladins get remove disease? No, but they also... Oh, hey, look at that! You have delay poison communal. Find it kind of silly that the archetype gets a precise shot aura? It gets a precise shot aura? Wait. Some kind of ranged weapon? So, funnily enough, you say that. Oh, shit, yeah. Interesting. Um... When I used Greybore, I gave him throwing axes, and he did absolutely incredibly with them. Like he was consistently one of my top damage dealers with throwing axes. Because Because he is way too squishy to be in melee, as far as I'm concerned. He fucking dies so fast. Manticore is still the best range attacker in Wrath? Probably. Probably. So actually, what I think that this would work really well with, this would really work well, not with Ranger characters, but with Raycaster characters. Just love the dirt that much? Yeah, pretty much. Because yeah, ranged characters, people that are using crossbows, people that are using longbows, short bows, all those, they are going to need precise shot for a prereq for a lot of other stuff, right? At least I think they do. Raycasters, on the other hand, do not. So you could actually just skip point blank precise shot on your ranged casters and go straight to other feats, right? So this would, yeah. Yeah, basically that. This would be really good for Raycaster based party. I did not realize that they had that. What else do they have? Distant Mercy, and then what is this one? Hunter's Blessing. Okay. All right. Yeah, Mercy Disease kind of wasted. Oh, we are not level 20. Interesting. Here, let's add an extra 2 zeros to that. Usually hit touch, so they don't need that high of rolls. True, but also also Raycasters tend to have very low attack rolls. they're half BAB, basically every single one of them, right? And while usually like what you'll do is you'll like primarily boost their main casting stat and then also put a little bit into Dex to boost those attacks, Dex is not going to be the primary attack stat, right? Improved precise shot, that's fine. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Then level 20, there's not actually a choice here. So while they are attacking touch attacks, which that's fine, valid, you're going to hit more often, they also have much lower attack bonuses than full on people, ranged characters. Go see the default mercenaries? Yeah. Well, let's. I'm going to talk about this just a little bit, just quickly. This is a travesty that it's this late. It should be way, way earlier. Like I said, Hammer the Gap is trash. It should not be in this build or any build ever. I hate it. Critical Focus and Staggering Critical are, I wouldn't say that they are wasted feats, but they are focusing. You're putting a lot of eggs into that critical hit basket when you only have a 10% chance on any given attack to crit. There was no toughness this time, which I like. I like there not being toughness on my ranged characters. I think that it's a waste of a feat in most scenarios. I don't have the fucking I don't have the fucking thing, the feat list up, so I can't actually like check. Hey Lord Bovin, what's up, my dude? All right, so this build, I would say the 1 through 10 is pretty damn good. I would say that it's very, very strong. It's going to work very well for this particular DLC. You fight a lot of undead. You fight a lot of very evil characters in this DLC. It's not like the main campaign where a lot of, let's see his inventory. He's got a bow and he's got a stick. I'm sorry, a long spear. It looked like a stick. You also have a rapier in your inventory for some reason. And a short bow if you want to be worse. And then a potion. And a potion. And then 2 scrolls that we can't use. Good. I'm glad for that. You do have a bag of holding. That is true. You do have a bag of holding. Wait, how do we... Wait, hold up. Oh, that's right. This doesn't actually just increase this number like you would think. You would think that a bag of holding just increases these numbers. No, a bag of holding just makes it so that it just subtracts from your actual weight. Yeah, mercies aren't optimal. Cluster could have been picked at 7. I would go even earlier. I would say the cluster should have been at 5. You should start this DLC with cluster shot. But yeah, overall the build is pretty good. You? Yeah, no. You. Yeah, there we go. Good simple code. Just give the bag a negative weight value. Yeah. But I mean, a simple code, like, you could also just increase all of your weight loads by that same amount. Right? And it would do the same thing. All right, so we have a Herald Collar. We have my Bard, Shelby. Shelby's the Bard. We have a Grenadier. Wizard. Freebooter. Oh, interesting. And a Scaled Fist. Wait. Oh! Yeah, we do. Oh, fucking hell. God damn it, this shit. All right. Well, from what I can tell, so we do have a cleric. And he is a Herald Caller, so he's got an companion. Well, wait. Oh, wait. After the disconnect, are we actually good? Disconnect, reconnect, we're actually good, it looks like. Maybe, possibly. Everybody, refresh your stream, just in case. Just in case you're delayed like crazy, like it tends to do whenever this happens. But yes, we do have a cleric as one of the companions. One of the main companions is a cleric. We do have that. All right. So yeah, we're gonna leave. Oh, you know what? You know what we're gonna do? We are going to respec this guy. Herald Caller is not the default mercenary? Yeah, he is. Because I definitely did not name anybody Gekor. He is one of the basic mercenaries. He is one of the 3 that you get. Right? Because you're going to get 3 to get a full party. Right? They're going to give you a full party. So you got your main character, you got Magar Varn, Cephal Lorentus, and then you get 3 others. The 3 that you get are Gekor, Tahara, and Bruiser. Those are the 3 that you get. So yeah, he is definitely one of the main ones that you get. Oh yeah. So we are going to first off give ourselves a whole lot of experience. There we go. Now we're gonna respec. Respec our main character. Oh shit, we can't respec into. Oh, interesting. Never mind. I thought that I could respec this guy into. Nope, that's not what I want to do. You don't have the Sisters DLC? Isn't that DLC the one that gives you Tieflings? Yeah, there's the Wild Cards DLC, and then there's, well, that one gives you access to Tieflings as a playable, like a character that you can create. But it wouldn't be the first time that we've seen Owlcat give you companions that have a race that you cannot be, right? Like, Arushale is a character that you is a race that you can't be. Same for Lan and Wendu in Wrath. So I wouldn't say that it's out of place for them to have a character that is um somebody a race that you can't actually play as for your main character. Hello? That's interesting. That's interesting. What the hell? I'm coming, guys. I'll get there in 3 years. Knock knock and Tartuk as well. That's true. Yeah, you can't be a goblin or a kobold. All right, I'm gonna. That's really interesting that just happened. That's a glitch that I haven't seen. Actually, no. That's that. Well, it's not a glitch that I've seen, but it's a glitch that's very similar to a glitch that we saw yesterday. Wait, I literally can't. Why is he naked? What the actual fuck? Is this because? All right, we're just gonna step away from that. Um, what the fuck? I think that's because of the respec. Because we didn't actually give him a level, so the game's like, I don't know what to do. I'm confused. What I was trying to do is I was trying to not have to go back through the fucking opening cutscene for this. But yeah, we're gonna go into Velainah now, the sorcerer, who's a control sorcerer, which is interesting. Wish you could be a kobold. That would be cool. That would be a nice race to be. Although kobolds are they got some stuff going on with them. What is this? Skill focus UMD. No wonder I've never seen this. Spell focus necromancy, greater spell focus necromancy. Okay, undead bloodline. Some undead elves, undead creatures are treated as humanoids for the purpose of determining which spells affect them. Oh, interesting. I didn't actually know that that was the thing. -4 strength, -4 con, +2 dex. Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember what their stat line was. Is she human? She is half elf. She is half elf. Gain resist cold DR. or resist cold 5 and DR5 magic. 9th level resistance is increased attack. Hurts my soul. Yeah, it's a rough one for sure. Like, hey, you want to play this game on hard mode? Here you go. Grasp of the Dead at 9th level, you could cause a swarm of skeletal arms to burst from the ground to rip and tear at your foes. Skeletal arms erupt from the ground in a 20-foot radius burst. Anyone in this area takes 1d6 points of slashing damage per sorcerer level. Those caught in the area receive a reflex save for half damage. Those who fail, unable to move for 1 round. DC of the save is equal to 10 plus half your sorcerer level plus your charisma mod. At 9th level, you can use this ability once per day. At 17th, you can use this ability twice per day. At 20th, you can use this ability 3 times per day. Damn. What of us? Immunity cold, paralysis and sleep, DR5, period. The +4 morale bonus and saving throws made against spells and spell-like abilities cast by undead. Energy drain, horde wilting. Incorporeal form. Become incorporeal for 1 round per sorcerer level. On this form, you gain the incorporeal type. You take no damage from non-magic weapons. You also take only half damage from any source, not dealing ghost, holy, divine, or force damage. Ability once per day. Interesting. So this right here just reminded me of a really fucking kind of scummy thing that Owlcat did. If you remember the Wild Hunt people, right? Specifically the Wild Hunt archers. And you know, you're going through, it's the final area of the entire game, right? You're like, all right, I'm gonna be looting all these fucking cool weapons off of my enemies, you know. They're all, you know, this is gonna be great. And then you kill all these Wild Hunt archers, and my stream died. Why? What the fuck?